In our first story, government is accusing the opposition National Democratic Congress of double standards in its call for a temporary ban on the importation of arms for private use. The NDC's call for the moratorium follows the recent import of a large cache of arms at the Tema Harbour. The party, in a statement on Wednesday, said it was alarmed government permitted the import of the consignment. Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah, however, named the NDC's James Agaga as the one who gave approval for importation of the cash for private use when he was Deputy Interior Minister days before handing over to the New Patriotic Party.
The permit under which these arms were imported was signed by the Honorable James Agaga, Member of Parliament, Deputy Minister for the Interior, on January 5th, 2017. So this permit we are talking about, which allowed these persons to import this cache of arms legally into the country, was issued on the 5th of January 2017 under the signature of the Honorable James Agaga. I have a copy of it here. I'll give a copy to you afterwards. And we find it strange that the very persons who issued the permit for the importation of these arms will today turn around and say that the Akufo-Addo administration has issued permits and therefore has to take the security situation of this country a lot more seriously than it is doing now. Where all of these points of alarm that they raise in this statement, all of these points of alarm that they raise, were they not known to them at the time that they were signing this permit? At the time that they were issuing this permit, all of these points of alarm, were they not known to them? And was the security of the state, which they are talking about today, non-existent at the time when they were issuing this permit? You can't approbate and reprobate. You can't do this. And then when a new administration rather comes in and is the one that takes the necessary efforts to secure the consignment and ensure that it's kept in a place and not necessarily in the hands of persons with doubtful character, then you turn around issuing statements as though something untoward has happened. So the first point we want to make is that indeed the permit that was issued by the NDSC administration. The second point is that it's curious that after the election of 2016, 2 days to the handing over on the 5th of January, at a time of the transition when we had agreed that all major transactions of this nature had to be referred to both sides of the transition team, they issued a permit, and I want to read to you. Permission is granted to YADCO to import the underlisted explosives and accessories for the use of their clients.
Right, we have a copy of the said letter, apparently signed by then Deputy Interior Minister James Agaga, and we're going to be sharing that, which it reads. Application has the headline, the application for permission to import safety cartridges, and it goes on. Reference is made to MS YADCO Ghana letter dated 8 July 2016 on the above subjects. Permission is hereby granted to MS YADCO to import the unlisted explosives and accessories for the use of their clients who are all engaged in mining and quarry sectors. 20,000 cases of 500 pieces of shotgun cartridges, 4,000 pieces of hunting shotguns, 500 boxes of percussion caps. The purpose of this note is to request you to issue the company with an import permit. This permit is not transferable, and this permit does not require the authorization of ECOWAS, and is signed Minister for the Interior, Honorable James Agaga, as Deputy Minister. Now, Mr. Agaga is unable to confirm or deny he signed the letter for the importation of the cash. He has been speaking with Evans Mensah on Top Story.
Evans, I wouldn't remember, but I have always maintained that the company in question is known to the Ministry of the Interior. And so if it turns out that the permit that was issued under my signature, I wouldn't have any thing to say about that.
You mean you will not deny it?
Clearly, I haven't seen the permit. If I see it and the signature is indeed mine, I will admit. But as I speak now, I have not seen the document the Honorable Minister for Information, Kojo Nkrumah, has in his custody and possession. If I see and indeed that signature turns to mine, yes, I can see confirmations. But as I talk to you, I haven't seen the document in question. say that the company in question, Yako, has at all material times when we're in office known to the Ministry of the Interior as a licensed arms dealer. The Ministry of the Interior is a state entity as distinct from the NDC as a political party. So let us draw the distinction here. It's very important.
The fundamental question remains, did your government, yourself, sign off on this particular consignment of arms that we just witnessed last week that was seized?
Fairness, I have told you that I haven't seen the permit that is in the possession of Honorable Kojo Nkrumah.
You haven't seen it?
So documents that came under my signature were simply too voluminous.
Okay, no.
For me to, on the spur of the moment, know which permit came under my signature or not can only be confirmed when I have seen the document that is in his possession.
Well, Minister Kojo Nkrumah, meanwhile, says the security agencies are taking charge of the weapons to ensure they don't get into the wrong hands.
Nonetheless, as the consignment arrived into the jurisdiction, in accordance with the standard practice, the consignment was duly inspected and has been delivered at a designated storage area. And state security agencies are taking the necessary steps to ensure that the consignment does not get into the hands of unauthorized persons. When they are done with their initial necessary assessments, any further information that we have on this will make available to the Ghanaian people. But for us, it is instructive to note that this permit under which this importation was done was issued by the NDC administration under the signature of the Honorable James Agalga 2 days to the handing over on the blind side of everybody. And the new administration has ensured that the consignment is inspected, received, kept at the designated storage area, and does not get into the hands of unauthorized persons. And any further information that we find following our immediate inquiries will be made available to the Ghanaian public.